Hello YouTubers, this is ThomasZoey3000 here, and I'm back with another show and tell video. This time around, we're going to take a look at my collection of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends VHS tapes. The small covers edition. Yeah. So I'm just going to show you all of these Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends VHS tapes. Some from my childhood and others I bought in more recent years. And when I say recent years, more like within a decade. Yeah, got them from train shows and occasionally at yard sales, and a couple of these tapes were given to me as gifts from other people. Yeah. I will say though that I have a much bigger VHS tape collection for Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, except the covers back then were destroyed, and either that or they were placed in cases like those ones over there, as you can see. This video, though, is going to consist of all the Thomas and Friends VHS tapes in original condition. And sure, there's a couple of rips here and there, but these ones have never been cut up and put into those particular cases. Yeah. And before I start rambling on about, nonsense, going blah, 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 that sort of stuff, why don't we just get into this video, shall we? Alright. So we're going to start over here with Thomas Gets Tricked. It's my third copy of this tape, and the only copy that's still in this original case. Nice picture of Thomas, eh? I believe that's from Season 2. Storyteller, Ringo Starr. Bought it for $6 at a train show. Sorry about that. And here's James Learns a Lesson VHS tape. This is the more recent cover of the tape. Re-released around, I think, 2002 or 2003. Still a pretty good tape. Another one bought at the train show was Thomas Breaks the Rules. Thomas doesn't look too happy there. And as you'll notice, the tape here is red. Yeah, it's a red tape. Big surprise. It also cost $6. It's my second copy of this one, and for that James Learns a Lesson one, that's a second copy too. Well, on VHS. I do have the DVD, but that's for another day. Here's Better Late Than Never. I've had this one for, I think, either 15 or 14 years. Yeah. Better Late Than Never and Other Stories. Storyteller, Ringo Starr. I got about 4 copies of this tape. The first 2 copies don't really work that well, but the other 2 work just fine. The other one's missing a cover, and this one, well, it's the only one that actually has a complete cover. Yep. And over here is Trust Thomas. Now, I'll admit, when I was a kid and I saw this in stores, I really wanted to get one, but I already had 2 copies of Trust Thomas with the original covers. Yeah, I know I'm a little greedy. But, yeah, I really like this one because of the design of it. The tracks, stars beside the picture. It just looked really nice. And I really wanted one. Finally, I bought one from a train show. I believe it's also for $6. And hey, I'm a collector now, so it's okay for me to buy more than one copy of a movie. And here's Thomas Gets Bumped. This one is from my childhood, with a picture from Season 2 and a picture of Season 3. Surprising this cover actually stood the test of time with me. As you know how rough I was with my stuff. And this is the second copy of Thomas Gets Bumped on VHS. I'll cover the DVDs in another video another time. There's a lot of them. Then here's one of my 3 copies of Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon with, I think that's either Bill or Ben on the cover. Storyteller, George Carlin. And there's Birdie on the back. This is also another one from my childhood. This one I bought back in 2003 when it was released. Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon and Other Stories. This is the more recent cover of this movie. Yep. And here's another one I bought during the train show. Daisy and other Thomas stories. Nice picture of Daisy, eh? And there's a shot from a new friend for Thomas. Sorry, I'm just looking at the back here. I should be showing you this. Only one season 3, one season 1, and the rest are all season 2s. Yep. Paid $6 for this one. Then there's Jane's Goes Buzz Buzz. Now, originally I did buy this one at a train show, but when I got it home, guess what? It had Trust Thomas in there. Yeah, Trust Thomas. What a shocker that was. I couldn't check it when I was at the train show because it was sealed up at the bottom here with tape. Didn't cover the whole tape, naturally, just keeping the tape in there. So, since my original copy of Jane's Goes Buzz Buzz had a ruined cover from my childhood, I decided to incorporate the original tape with this cover. And just to prove to you, I'm doing this all in one hand, by the way. See? Jane's Goes Buzz Buzz. Oh yeah, now it's got a new cover, and it looks much better. Nice pictures, eh? Then here's another one from my childhood. Percy's Ghostly Trick. This is my second copy of this tape. Had it for a long time. This is, of course, the first VHS tape that came with a music video. Thomas's Anthem. Really good tape. Now we'll move over here to Thomas and Bertie's Great Race and Other Adventures, featuring the voice of George Carlin from TV Teddy Ready. Yeah, I've been searching for this one for a long time, and I think it was 2008 I finally found this one at a train show for around $6. Contains only 4 stories, but you know what? That's okay. So, a pretty good find to have. And here's Thomas and the Special Letter and Other Stories. It's really good. It's my second copy of this one. And as for that Thomas and Bertie's Great Race tape, well, that's my only copy of it. Yep. Over here I have Thomas and His Friends Helpbound. I got 3 copies of this movie on VHS. Only 2 of which you'll see here. The Helping Collection. And here's the more recent cover of the movie. I got this when it was brand new. Yep. Thomas, Bertie, and Percy are on there. Here's the back. And there's good old Trevor. Glad he's back in the TV series. That's a lot of episodes, eh? Then we got Gallon Old Engine and Other Thomas Adventures. Also got this from a train show. It's my second copy of this tape. Now this next one is one of those gift items I was telling you about. From when I was graduating from elementary school, a teacher of mine actually gave me 2 Thomas tapes as a gift. And this is one of them. Sing Along and Stories. A collection of Thomas tunes and tales. Yeah, it's really nice of that teacher to do that for me. This next one I picked up at a train show. Thomas Meets the Queen and Other Stories. I think this is one of the only few Thomas VHS tapes that have never been converted to DVD. Wonder why. Oh well. Glad to have the VHS tape of it. And here's Thomas and His Friends Get Along. It's my second copy of the tape. Surprisingly enough, they have a picture of Duncan down here, yet he wasn't in this one. Nope. He wasn't in there. Still, it's a pretty cool cover. Now this one I wanted to get for a long period of time when I heard it was coming out. But I had the original version with Thomas at the Station. So, yeah, I couldn't get it because then it would have been a duplicate. But, you know, years later I become a collector and I'm going after these things because they were becoming rare. So I picked this one up at a trade show and I'm very proud to have this one. Now, the interesting fact is, with this one, it has episode intro and credits for each of the episodes, like the UK versions. Instead of having the engines at the sheds, with the music playing, you know, in between each episode. So that's quite unique. This is the original cover. The DVD version is blue with Thomas up here. Now here's a big day for Thomas. I picked this one up because I didn't have this one originally. And there's Percy in the bank. Thomas and Tilby. Back end. Here are the episodes. And I don't know how long this video is going to be, so I may have to split this up into 2 parts. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. And here's Cranky Bugs and other Thomas stories. No, this isn't the original one. I was going to say this is the original copy I had, but no, the original one I also tore apart. It's Percy with Cranky. There's the back cover. It's pretty good, eh? Narrated by Alec Baldwin. And I'm going to stop it here and go on to part 2, so be back in a minute.